Hey, good morning, team. Federal employees, VA employees, veterans. Sean here, putting on my MSPB litigator constitutional law hat. You've heard the headline: the VA just tore up every major union contract covering 377,000 employees. Now let's unpack the legal minefield I think the VA just walked into. First, the statutory duty to bargain. Under the law, an agency commits an unfair labor practice if it unilaterally changes conditions of employment. VA's overnight termination should be the textbook definition of repudiation. So ULPs are coming. Right, if history is a guide, FLRA or the courts can order a status quo anti-remedy, meaning the contract snap back in place and the VA owes back pay with interest. But the legalities of this are not clear, right? It's not a foregone conclusion that the VA is going to win on this, which is why they had reasonably promised to wait like the other agencies, but they broke that promise. Second, OPM and DOJ estoppel issues. In April, OPM formally told agencies do not terminate CBAs until litigation concludes. DOJ repeated that pledge to multiple federal judges. VA's move directly contradicts those representations to federal courts, inviting sanctions or at least a stern order to explain why the government's word can't be trusted. Courts dislike bait and switch litigation tactics. This blunder hands unions fresh ammunition for injunctive relief. Third, retaliation angle. Secretary Collins dropped the national security pretext by not even mentioning it and accused unions of rewarding bad workers. That statement, I think, is going to bolster the union's First Amendment retaliation claim already pending in the Ninth Circuit. Punishment for protected speech is what's occurring, i.e. opposing job cuts and hospital closures. Even the appeals panel that lifted the preliminary injunction acknowledged that fact sheet comments could reflect animus, though it ultimately deferred to the president of national security. Collins just refreshed that record for the plaintiffs. Fourth, merit systems implications. Remember, VA employees already have weaker procedural rights because of the 2017 Accountability Act. Thousands were wrongfully fired under a law until AFGE forced a 2023 settlement that reinstated or compensated them without reinstating a single proven abuser, to my knowledge. With the contracts gone, frontline staff lose grievance arbitration, performance improvement plans, and union reps in investigatory interviews. Practically, that means more direct challenges, including before the MSPB and OSC, more whistleblower reprisal claims, and a heavier caseload for a still understaffed board. Fifth, spillover risk to the rest of the government. The same executive order authorizes 20 plus other agencies to do exactly what the VA did. So if you work at DHS, Treasury, DOJ, or even an Intel component, your bargaining rights could evaporate next. That's why this VA case will be a litigation bellwether. What should employees do? Document everything: emails, memos, verbal directives. If management tries to change schedules, telework, or discipline rules without bargaining, flag it to someone who needs to know, maybe the union, immediately. Preserve your filing deadlines. Make sure to watch those. And if you face discipline, consider contacting a federal employment attorney if you're interested in pursuing representation. Whistleblowers make protected disclosures in writing, copy OSC if appropriate. The absence of a union doesn't remove statutory reprisal protections, but it does make contemporaneous evidence vital. Legally, I would expect some filings on the ULP issue, a motion for a TRO, preliminary injunction in district court, citing broken promises, possible contempt briefing, and hopefully bipartisan congressional scrutiny. Remember, unilaterally voiding CBAs while veterans' care hangs in the balance is political dynamite. Bottom line, VA's action is not just anti-union, it's legally reckless, procedurally vulnerable, and strategically short-sighted. They said they were going to wait, and then they didn't. If you're a federal employee or a veteran who depends on the VA, stay informed, stay organized, and be ready to assert your rights. We'll keep tracking every development in this case. Please follow us for real-time legal updates. Make sure you don't miss anything for us. If you haven't gone on our newsletter, like many other people did, you're going to want to get on that so you don't rely on the algorithm. Please go to fedlegalhelp.com/newsletter to sign up for free. Again, just go to your internet. It's fedlegalhelp.com/newsletter. It'll redirect you there and you can get on our newsletter. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Have a great day.